So I was telling you a story about the prophecy that I made, that was made through me by the divine itself, came through itself through me, and deliver a message, and that message made its round, because after he David, because that he was at home, and the pillar was, the woman was at work, so it made its round. So as I said, they tried to attack, and then they didn't succeed the day because I denied them access, denied. So around 18 hour, 18 hour, 1800 hour, 1900 hour, they made their round again with their airplane, 3 rounds. By the 4th round, I was really trying to to prepare to feed my dogs, or to prepare to go out with my dogs. Either way, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't understand. I don't remember. All of a sudden, getting dark. As the plane was still flying here, because he came really not so close, but this time closer as possible to my place. And then I was walking there with my panel in my hand, because I took my panel. The sun was almost going down. I said, okay, anyway, I need to just pick my panel inside, because the sun is all about to go down. Took my panel. So I was standing there with my panel in my hand and my battery in my hand, my jackery, my all power bank. Oh, another airplane is coming again. I just see that plane that is flying here. The motor goes out immediately. So the engine went out immediately. I need to make it fast, because the flies are getting more and more, because when I sit here outside and make my videos, they are there at home. Now the lady is also not, since this incident, she's not anymore going to work. I don't know why. Maybe she took a leave. I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. Yeah. So they are both at home now, and they're working on my case. Since that time, they're intensively working on my case. Not only the 2 of them, every shaman in the area, every raptor in the area is working on my case. Like I said, and this is also what came out in a prophecy. Not even thousands of you has anything on this light of mine. Not even thousands of your shamans, your black magic magicians have something on this light of mine. You think that I'm shooting you? You think that I'm attacking you? I am not attacking you. You are just, until now, you have been fighting the vibration and the light through this vessel of mine. When I start shooting and attacking like the way you are doing, you will pray. You will go on your knee and start praying, and start begging, and start hoping that you have never came across this light. Anyway, as I said, as I was still carrying my stuff in the house, in my tiny home, the plane was still here, and the engine went off completely, and it started. And I heard that the 2 shamans were outside too, because they were talking. And after some time, as the plane was still struggling to keep balance, because the motor, the engine went off, all of a sudden it turns dark, or as if it's night. Everywhere you see around here, it turns dark as if it is night. I said, like, what time it is? What time is it now? It was just, the sun is even not even down. Why did it get so dark from 1 minute to another, just so dark? And then I also hear, and I noticed that they also stopped talking. The plane was still struggling to find its balance, and after some time, it I don't know, maybe, I don't know how long it was, maybe what, 2 or 3 seconds, I don't know, or maybe through 1 or 2, 3 minutes. I don't know, not seconds, minutes probably, or 5 minutes. It turned again. It started getting again lighter and light and light and light and light, and then until it was light again and not so dark again. I guess we know how light or how dark it can be around this time in summer, August, in summer, around 1900 hours is still pretty much light and not so dark, like in the winter. And it was already like in the winter, dark. These 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it was dark, like almost night, almost. So I knew immediately I was like confused, like what is going on? Why is it so dark? I got this feeling, peace in me. Any person will panic, really, because you see the airplane is struggling in the air. The engine went off, and it turns dark from 1 minute to another. I'm sure, pretty much sure, that most people in the area saw that. I don't know whether it was only this area or whether it was also to be seen in a city. It was like that too. I don't know. Probably they also got confused, or probably also got scared. So for me, I just got confused a little bit for 1 minute, and then I got hear the voice in me, relax. That's me. The greater I am. That's me. It is linked to the message that you have delivered this morning to the raptors. It has something to do with each other. It is the shift. Now, and I sat down instead of going with my dogs. Actually, yeah, I sat down for a while, and then I went with my dog still, but the whole time in communion and communication with the greater I am about this incident. This is the beginning of you hear about the 3 days of darkness, which is awakening the planet before the shift happens, because of it is a great reset, apparently. No, it is not necessarily the three days in a row and all day dark. No. And that it is all day dark, 24/7, or 24/7, 24 hours, all day dark. It's nothing similar to that. It would get dark. That was the first stage. This is happening in 3 stages. The first stage has taken place. So, the Great Reset has already taken place through that incident here, in that area and that territory that is assigned to you. Is what I heard. That was the first reset for the ascension. The reset, everything has to be. A reset is like, you can imagine a reset like everything go reduced to null, to zero, to start new. Yeah? So this is it. Get dark unusually. That was a reset. It is now at 0. It is starting new. So the old is gone, basically. Although it's still to be seen and still to be felt for a while, because darkness is still hoping and holding on to it and fighting. That's why also I heard in that message, as I was being explained that what happened, that things are getting nasty before it gets better, because darkness now they are busy 24 hours. The attacks, psychic attacks, and more and co has taken another toll. Yesterday night, there were animals around here, my home. Yesterday night, those animals that I talk about that are being kept at that farm, they were roaming around my camp. And my dogs were barking, 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 barking. And I said, relax. That is free. That is darkness. Relax. It's okay. Everything is okay. So anyway, they just relax anyway. But before they start barking, I already felt, because when I'm transmuting something really, really dense and really heavy, I feel it on my body. How I feel it, I will not tell you how I feel it. It's not relevant to anyone. But I feel it on my body when I'm really transmuting really something dense and heavy. I feel it, and then I know that feeling. It's always the same feeling. Then I know, okay, something is. That's what I was alarmed before they start barking. I got alarmed. So like, what is going on? That is not them, because them are not so heavy for me. They are peanuts for me. My neighbors, the shamans, and basically all the shamans that I've encountered so far, they are peanuts for me. You know, when I'm transmuting what they are doing, null communics. This time I was transmuting something very heavy and intensive, because those are animals. I told you that they're keeping the animals from other world, not from here. And they only have this. They are just a weapon of darkness, basically. And there were many here, not only one or two or three, many at the same time. But I still transmuted that, and I said like, okay, I did my ritual, what I do when I'm transmuting something like that, which I was shown how to do it. I do it, and then immediately I was okay again. And after that, my dog started barking, and then I said like, hey, calm, it's okay, it's darkness, it's free, it's all good. And then I stand up, I said my mantra, the I am mantra and more, and I just see them fleeing, running each in its own direction. I just hear, because it was dark, I just hear it. Other one here in that direction, other one here in that direction, other one in here this direction, other one is in this direction. Probably four or five of them. And I saw those animals now and then, maybe 3 times as I was walking, especially in the winter when it's a little bit dark, because they only come out when it's dark. I saw them in these mandarin plantations. I saw them, and my dogs were trying to run behind them, but yeah, that's another story. It doesn't pass here, doesn't fit here. What I know, but I saw him from the distance, but I know what shape they have. It's like a dog, but they can also stand up on their toes. Stand up like me, but they walk also like dogs. And they have a size of, when they walk like a dog, they have a size of, I don't know. I'm coming back with another video probably. They have they're 3 times or 4 times bigger than the normal Pyrenees dogs. Those big dogs Pyrenees dogs, that Mustang. They are big dogs, you know. I think at least they are 3 times bigger than those dogs when they walk like dogs, not when they stand upright.